Welcome to Pink Kink,
where we are ready to guide you through the wild and wonderful world of kink.
I'm Princess Rara.
And I'm Dara, the Electro Khaleesi.
Whether you are a baby kinkster, a seasoned pro, or just here for the entertainment, Pink Kink will help you level up your kink knowledge.
Join us as we share our own wild, sometimes awkward, but always entertaining experiences and spill the tea from our combined 30 plus years in the private and professional kink worlds.
So grab your favorite flogger or wand.
Thank you.
And buckle up. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and who knows, you might just spit out your coffee.
Let's get this kinky party started.
Want more Pink Kink in your life? Join our Patreon and get ready for a whole lot of kinky fun and exclusive perks.
As a patron, you'll unlock access to our private Discord server where you can connect with fellow kinksters and chat directly with us. You'll also score adorable pink kink stickers and enjoy a monthly behind-the-scenes podcast packed with juicy tidbits we don't share anywhere else. Plus, get sweet discounts at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique, and on our online classes at Pink Kink Institute.
But wait, there's more.
More?
Our impactful and electrifying Pink Kinksters get extras, such as bonus content and free digital downloads. Oh, and let's not forget, the Pink Standard of patrons will be recognized as producers on both the podcast and on our website, because we couldn't do this without you.
Pink Kink runs on the love and support of our amazing patrons, so join the party today. Visit us at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast or click on the link on pinkkinkpodcast.com.
Today's episode is produced by our electrifying Pink Kinksters. Thank you, Jay, Witcherman, Brianna Lynn, Daddy J, Fabe, William P., Claire, Lady Blooding, Naughty and Nice, Butte Pain, Manda Panda, Kat, Stefan, Shadow Phoenix, Christopher, Brian, May Cry Devil, Ruby Riot, Enchanted Sparrow, The Wombat, Impact Hazard, Twitch, The Midnight Girl, Sinful, J21, Daisy If You Do, AK Harley Chick, Violet Rain, Serenity, Belle, Eric, Lady Affliction, Pumpkin Pie, Miss Tourmaline,
S'more, Hacksaw, Wee Mad Beastie, To Be Better For Me, 3 a.m. Thoughts, Crash Override, Iro, Kinky Bear, Spiper No Spiping, Barbie, Navigator Bard, Frost, Coffee and Chaos, Mr. Pillsbury, Peaches, Mighty Owl, Princess Sassy Pants, Lady and Lex, Chaos Monster, Jessa Lady, DJ Harlow, Ophelia, Drew, Daddy's Pumpkin, Birchbeard, Lady to Kitten, Mongoose, Sadia Lemon, Daddy Dom Gav, Dismal, and Noir. Do we have a shtick today?
I don't know, but it is 2025, and I am excited for all the cool things we're going to be doing.
Let me
like my not being in charge of an episode.
Oh, well, let me say my catchphrase of the day.
Okay.
Yay!
There we go.
Sound like Elmo.
Look how well trained I have her.
Hey. I voluntarily did that.
Right. It's because I was able to send to you dominant sound waves that I'm blanking on it's early.
That was really bad.
I know, I'm so sorry. Subliminal. That's the word I was looking for.
Right. Okay.
Subliminal messaging.
Uh-huh.
Like say yay.
Yeah.
Right. That was my subliminal messaging.
Right. Yeah. My subliminal message right now. Think of what it is.
I know. Does it start with a T?
It's not very subliminal.
Does it start with the T? Because you had to stop.
It does. And it's a big one.
You had to stop for a minute and think about that.
Yeah. The fuck off. This episode off strong.
Somebody said to me, they're like, I just love the banter between you and Dara.
Apparently that's the favorite part.
I'm so glad.
Do you remember the one critique that we had? I think it was in our first year. They hated the banter and they wanted more educational content.
I probably paid no attention to that because they were wrong.
It was obviously, it was like one person. And every single other person on the planet that listens to us is like, oh my God, you guys are so funny. And we're like, yeah, we're fucking slap happy most of the time.
I keep telling people we're really funny. Well, we think we are.
We think we're hysterical. I don't know about everybody else. There's been a few episodes where we've had to give PP warnings to ourselves.
Or I think more often we have to give this is serious warnings. We're not going to be our usual.
Okay, but then it's not.
No, because we can't help ourselves.
We literally did a section on cannibalism and we were making jokes. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with us?
No, I'll tell you what. It's my culture. The more dramatic and and evil it is, the more we laugh because that's how we cope. It's a coping mechanism.
What is my excuse?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's,
Millennial?
no, I know.
What,
It's
your subliminal messaging?
No, it's the little in you.
Oh, shit, yeah. It's also, I have a thing for jokes. I mean, that is how my husband hit on me the very first time.
Yep.
So.
It's how he won you over.
It is, instantaneously.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't work.
That's a terrible joke.
I mean, I like someone who has humor, but the humor can't necessarily be like a joke, like a written joke. It has to be like natural, like you just say something funny.
You know him at this point. He does that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was funny. I'm not saying it again. I've said it. You want to hear it? Go back and find it somewhere in an episode.
And we're not going to tell you.
Right. You have to find it. It's like a scavenger hunt.
I love it. Oh my God. That's a great idea.
What, an episode scavenger hunt?
Yes.
I already tried to do one. It didn't work.
No, but now we could give a prize because we have our adorable pink Kink cups.
That's true. Well, okay.
We could have a scavenger hunt.
But the one that I originally wanted to do for the scavenger hunt was all the words that we've made up.
Yeah, but that's different. Now we have to, because like, you know how people are always asking, somebody just did it the other day in our Discord server, which episode was the one where they talked about?
Oh yeah, we have scavenger hunts all the time.
Right? So for example, and don't answer the star. What episode did we first mention aftercare salami?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Well, okay, harder. When did the cucumber make its first appearance?
That one's harder.
I think I know. I could guess, but I don't want to say it on air because.
Okay, but how are we going to know? How are we going to find out if it's true or not?
So we're going to have to listen.
No, that's a lot of episodes.
If we do a lot of things, maybe if we only do like 10 that we think like, as I said, I think I know which episode the cucumber is in, so I only have to listen to that. And if I'm right, yay me.
Okay, well, I don't know.
It's an idea.
You have a lot of those?
I don't know if that's good or bad, but yes, because inevitably it causes one of us to have to do extra work.
I volunteer you.
Well, occasionally, like the political episode, it causes you extra work.
Yeah, that one was not fun.
And I didn't like groveling. It goes against.
You didn't do it very well, but it was effective.
It was, I groveled for a while.
Yeah, you did, a couple of days.
So like.
But look, I did have to sacrifice a munch to finish that for you.
You did. But it was my munch you sacrificed. So
well, what am I going to sacrifice, the little's munch?
No, but that's what I'm saying is I was willing to make the sacrifice with you.
You were willing for me to sacrifice your munch.
Yes.
To get your episode.
Yeah, so I didn't get angry at you that you weren't coming to my munch because I understood it.
You wait, let's back up a train here. Let's back up. You get mad at me when I don't show up to munches?
Mad's a strong word.
Irritated?
Irritated would be much better.
Really?
Well, because you're supposed to be there. That's how you support. You show up.
Okay.
Like, I don't go to your little's events to support you because if I was there, I would not be contributing. So
no.
I stay away, and that's how I support you.
That's your support, yes.
But I tell other people to go, that it's fun.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page
There
here.
we go. Okay.
All right. I don't know what she actually is talking about. It's okay. I'm just going to sit here and nod.
Smile and nod.
That's all I'm doing.
Smile and nodding.
That's all I ever do.
Okay. Do we shtick enough?
Are we shticky?
No, that's tomorrow's plans.
Oh, God.
Ba-dum-bump.
Not for me. I'm going to be in an airplane. I better not be sticky on an airplane.
Tomorrow is my F day.
Yes.
Food, fun, fucking. And football.
Fun, food, fucking.
Oh, not fucking food.
But if you put it in that order, it's way more interesting sounding.
And football.
None of that is interesting to me.
The fucking isn't interesting to you?
No, but the
football,
food? The football. No, food is always interesting.
Yeah. Food, football, fucking fun.
I swear to God, if you didn't have it on a Sunday, it would have been perfect if you had it on a Friday.
It doesn't work on a Friday.
I know that, but it would have been
it's not
better.
when football is.
Dude. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Fine.
Are we sticky enough now?
I think we're sticky enough.
We got enough stuck.
Yeah.
Stucked? Sticks?
Yeah. So I'm just going to turn this over to Dara because
hey, look,
in a great way to start off 2025, Dara's in charge.
Woo! Is this this is not the first episode of 25?
No.
It's like the second one.
It's the second one, but the first one was just Dungeon Palooza.
Right.
And so it was totally different. But this is our first episode that required research and official notes.
Yes, it did.
How many notes do you have on how many pages of notes?
8.
Dara, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Guess how many I've read? Zero.
Zero. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I've read zero of your sadism one, which, by the way, bone to pick with you. Should I leave the bone for next episode?
Leave the bone for that episode.
We'll leave the bone. Look, we got bone and shtick.
And did you ever stop and think that maybe I did that because I was being sadistic? I'm just saying.
No,
Okay.
you didn't. You forgot.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah.
That's probably.
Okay, so we said the bone.
I was going to say, honestly, most of the time, the things I do or don't do is because I forgot.
Yeah.
Not because I'm ever doing things intentionally. I just fucking forgot.
And here's the best part. I'm more forgetful than Rara.
Yeah.
So much worse.
But you didn't forget this episode.
I did not. I forgot about the, what was the one that we just did like a couple of weeks ago that I forgot about? I forgot.
Was it the resolutions one?
Yeah.
That you forgot to do your resolutions?
I did.
I think you also forgot.
Serious.
You also forgot to do what you were thankful for to the last minute.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
doing it while I was typing while you were doing an episode. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That was pure comedy gold right there. I forgot what I forgot. I don't think I can get much more meta than that.
No. All right. You ready to start?
Okay. Yeah.
Introduce the topic to us, please.
Okay. This is part of my series, which we kind of talked about in our, I forgot. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, not the resolutions. The
behind the scenes?
Yes.
Yeah, but not everybody who's listening to this heard that. You can get the behind the scenes if you join our Patreon at patreon.com/PinkKingPodcast, where for as little as $2 a month.
I was trying so hard to hold that in. I'm not looking at you.
Where for as little as $2 a month, you become a member of our Patreon, where every month you will get a behind the scenes podcast, where you will learn interesting and fascinating things about what we are doing behind the scenes. You get to join our Discord server, where I tell really bad dad jokes. And Dara tells really bad octopus jokes.
That's why am I becoming the octopus person? That's terrible.
You also get, if you join our, you get a monthly virtual munch. And in the upper tiers, you get things like free digital downloads each month or videos. And you get discounts on our Pink Kink Institute classes and in our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique. All right,
did you forget anything?
Probably.
The forgetful episode. Oh, God, we're already going.
Okay, it's a new F for us.
What, forgetful? Hey, I didn't forget the word.
There you go.
All right. So anyway, I've done a series, or I'm working on a series of episodes about littles, because this has become, and I'm actually getting serious at this point. Like, did you see the facial expression change immediately?
Well, so did your tone of voice.
Oh yeah, no, we got serious.
So I'm going to look that way so I don't set you up.
Yeah, no. But for serious, I am really, really passionate about the whole littles thing, and it is still one of the most misunderstood kinks in existence. People are still super duper adverse about it. There's a whole lot of misunderstandings. So I have decided that I am on a rah-rah level crusade.
That's huge.
I'm going to need a bigger soapbox.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, this is
well, the
up
pink
there.
one's mine.
Well, okay, can I have a purple one?
Sure.
Okay. I think not just the soapbox. Wow.
That was not me.
Not just the soapbox.
Just want to defend myself. That was not me.
I don't even know how I did that. I forget.
It usually is. It was not me.
Well, at least I'm not brushing crumbs off the bottom of the...
No, but look how clean my area is
I'm
now.
so proud of you.
Thank you.
Fucking making all the noise. Anyway, so I really want to do this, and I kind of was going through a brainstorming phase, and I think I've got 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's 11 of these, but like I said, I haven't really gone through and kind of deleted the ones. There's one or two that we've already done, and there's things that have already that I can't fill up an hour with. Like, for example, one of the things that I was looking at was psychological development and little space. I personally can't do that one.
Okay.
That we would actually need somebody who deals with littles and is a therapist. So perhaps Iro would be willing to do that one, but I don't think I can actually do that one because I don't have a degree in psychology or stuff like that.
We don't even play one on TV.
Not in the slightest. But one that really, really caught my eye while I was doing some brainstorming and doing some research into this and looking at all the different articles was art and expression. and little space and for littles.
Yeah, because when people think about littles, the things that usually come straight to the top of their brain are things like stuffies
and coloring. Immediately.
Yeah.
And as a person who runs both a Littles Munch and a Littles event pretty regularly, I can tell you coloring is the number one activity at both places.
Listen, and I don't enjoy coloring. So
I have a coloring app.
So for me, this really messed with my trying to understand when I thought I was a little, because I'm like, I don't like to color. And I tried. I bought all these crayons and these markers and these special pencils. And for me, coloring was so fucking stressful.
Oh my God. See, and that's the opposite. You know how we were just talking about making lists?
Yeah.
Coloring is me making lists for you.
Yeah. No, coloring because, oh my God, I need to be in the lines.
Yeah.
Virgo. So I have to be in the lines and I have to color it just right. The colors need to look good. I can't pick like the wrong color. The picture has to look good. And I really enjoyed doing like mandalas because I can have a pattern in them. And that worked with my Virgo brain of having a pattern. But then if God forbid that I messed up and like the pattern was supposed to be red, green, blue, yellow, and I accidentally messed up my green and my blue.
I did one with snowflakes the other day with that. The patterns and the snowflakes. It was really cute. But so yeah, I want to do this so bad. And so this one is the one that caught my eye first. What I want to do first is just review what Little Space is. For those of you that are just joining us, shame on you. Go back and listen to all the other episodes. But anyway, let's start with it's a consensual headspace. That's the part that a lot of people seem to get stuck on because people get age regression and littleism confused.
Yes.
Age regression is a coping mechanism for trauma, and sometimes it is not voluntary. Little space, most of the littles I know can go in and out of little space. Sometimes they get stuck in little space and they can't really get out of it as well. But most of the time, we're pretty conscious of it. We're like, we can be an adult when we want to be an adult. But
I just was reading a book the last week or so where the person fell into little space and had a very difficult time getting out of it. And it bothered me.
Sometimes that is the case. Like I can be triggered into little space only by Daddy, though. He knows the code words. And at that point, I am consenting to be tricked into little space. Like if he says I'm going to boop your snoot,
this was a case
instantly.
Of there was a medical emergency.
Right.
And she got stuck in little space during this medical emergency.
No, I have never
like
known
they had to take her to the ER.
No, I have never known a single little that can't get themselves out of little space when it comes to that. Absolutely. That's not little space. That would be age regression. And that's what bugs me. God, what book is that? I don't want to read it. No. All right. So it is people connected with childlike emotions, behaviors, mindsets. For kinky people, it involves, embracing the innocence, the playfulness, the vulnerability aspects of being childlike. I will never say being a child. I will never use that term. Some of the articles that I got some of these quotes from, I deleted stuff like that because I can't stand that word. If you say I am being like a child, no. It is similar, but I am not a child. I'm a full-ass grown adult. Basically what this is just an expression. It's a way for kinksters who are little to express themselves in ways that feel safe, comfort levels to it. There's activities that, they include coloring is the most dominant activity. Stuffy is the other one that comes to mind the most, and playful role play with their character. All of this is very stereotypical, right? Now, I'm going to get into mostly using the arts and crafts part of and doing self-expression, emotional regulation, and bonding. Art is a huge bridge to communicate feelings. I mean, you've got art therapists. Art is used a lot in therapy, and people that do art and are into art usually use it as it can be a coping mechanism. It can be a calming mechanism. It can be all of that. So for a little, same thing. It's a way to communicate your feelings that might be difficult to articulate verbally, especially when you're really deep into that mindset, into the little space mindset. Sometimes it can be difficult to get out. I don't know anybody that has an emergency and can't just snap themselves out of it. But if it's like a normal thing, it could be a little, try hard. It's an outlet for creativity and imagination. It helps littles explore and express emotions in a non-judgmental way, which is what we want.
Exactly.
It can regulate emotions by offering calming and meditative activity that brings focus and tranquility, except in the case of Rara, where it just frustrates her.
It really does. But again,
you're not a little.
I'm not a little.
So, yeah.
And I've never, and I don't think I would ever actually officially be diagnosed with OCD. I have some OCD tendencies. And the fact that I have to color within the lines and cannot, God forbid, step out of those lines is very much part of that.
So is it going to make you really angry that sometimes when I color with colored pencil, my art classes come out and I smudge?
Oh, it depends on how you're smudging. Like if it's smudging as far as the artistic kind of.
Yeah, like if there's a gown or a dress or something.
Oh, no, if you're smudging for like shadows and stuff,
yeah.
No, that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah, no, all of my art classes come out sometimes. I have to do that. Not if I'm doing pen or marker or anything. But if I'm feeling colored pencil-y, then yeah.
Colored pencil-y?
Yeah, well, I've got this really awesome Victorian goth coloring book.
Uh-huh.
And I also have a steampunk one. Those need to be smudgy.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
Okay.
Okay. See, you put me in little space right there.
Sorry, or you're welcome.
For littles and caregivers, art can become a shared experience that fosters trust. It deepens their connection. They can actually collaborate on the projects, or they can explore all the different the littles' imaginative world together. Because I don't know about you, Rara, but when's the last time you saw a caregiver coloring and like really using their imagination?
Not often.
Not that often. More than likely, it's the little, and then they tell the caregiver about what they're doing, and then the caregiver's like, oh, that's really nice, tell me about that. So this is pre-little for me. I didn't realize that I was little, and I should have, because with my second husband, I actually brought a bag of crayons and coloring books and stuffies with me on my honeymoon. And it's a good thing too, because there was a fucking storm, because we got married in October and then stupidly went to Florida for a honeymoon. It was my aunt's house in Naples. It was cool.
Yep.
So anyway, I spent like a solid 2 days just coloring because there was nothing else to do. Well, we fucked like rabbits the whole time, but other than that, it was like the one time we actually fucked like rabbits because he turned out to be asexual. I think he was really trying. But it's really relaxing to me. Like we said, Rara doesn't do this, but for me, it really is a way to kind of chill. And I do it sometimes when I'm stressed at work. I've got a coloring app that I'll use. Most of the time, creativity is a natural fit for little space dynamics because it mirrors the way young people instinctively explore and make sense of their world through imaginative play and artistic expression. For littles, engaging in creative activities like drawing or crafting provides a playful and immersive way to fully embrace their little space mindset. Quote.
Ooh, fancy.
I know. All right, so the role of art in little space. Art helps littles communicate feelings non-verbally. Again, I'm going to just share my experience with that. Sometimes when I'm in little space, I do go nonverbal. It doesn't happen really often, but it will happen more often in little space than when I'm in dominant mode or anything like that. I just don't talk. I will express myself more in grunts than I will in words.
Anytime I hear the concept of nonverbal, I'm like, huh, what? What's that like?
Well, it's yeah. I make noise and I still communicate. It's just not with words. So I'll go, and he goes, what do you want? Use your words. I'm like, which is, I don't want to use my words right now. See, I'm still communicating and he still understands everything I'm saying.
Okay.
You would understand it too. You speak Dara.
Well, I speak Dara, but.
Not sure you speak Little Dara?
I usually tune out.
Is that one of those we listen and we don't judge? I tune you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tune you out so I can listen and not judge.
Okay, fair enough. So if you're little and you find that you express yourself better through like drawings and coloring and creative projects, it doesn't have to necessarily be coloring. That's just the one that comes up the most. To externalize your inner feelings, it allows you to process really complex emotions sometimes, like if you're like super feeling in an emotional state and you need to get it out, this gives you a visual, tangible way to express it. So like, for example, you might draw a happy scene to show contentment or use darker colors to express sadness. And that can give caregivers an insight into the emotional state that you are feeling. So use it. Caregivers can initiate this by providing a variety of art supplies. Anybody need to get a last minute Christmas gift for a little? Go with art supplies. Oh my Lord. Figure out what your little is into. Go get that. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be coloring. What, like the whole trend with making bracelets, that counts. I know one that does like shell art, gets different shells and rocks and puts them together in like a, I don't know, some sort of picture.
What about like the friendship bracelet trend?
That's what I said, the bracelet thing.
Yeah.
You really do tune me out, don't you?
Well, you just said the bracelet trend. I didn't know that was specific. I thought that was like something else.
No, it's that.
Okay. Sorry.
Done listening.
So sorry.
If you're the caregiver, you could say to your little during this process, you could say something like, why don't you pick some colors that match your mood today and draw me a picture? And that's a really good way for a caregiver to like kind of get this out of them. And if they're feeling pouty or if they're frustrated or going nonverbal, you could say, well, you don't have to tell me, but why don't you draw me a picture about it? Can you draw me a picture of what's in your head or heart right now? And that encourages the little to communicate their emotions in a way that feels non-threatening. Because sometimes when you're little and you're in that headspace, you don't want to say what you're thinking because you think you're going to get in trouble. So this is a really, really effective way for the little to feel not in trouble,
right,
and for the caregiver to actually get it out of them, which is hard. I'm making lots of hand gestures here,
I see. I know. So I'm glad I'm on this side of the table or I'd be getting hit. You're littling Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you not seen that?
I have.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I may have gotten a mug for Christmas that was a Harry Potter color changing mug and it had a wand in it for a stirrer, and I might have been going around saying Avidi Kedividi.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. That Harry Potter immediately brings out that side of me. You know this.
Well, it's really funny because I am a huge Harry Potter fan too,
right.
But I am right now, my middle is very much alive and well right now and having a heyday in Twilight.
Oh God.
Because it's on it's on Hulu and the Disney Channel. And so I've already watched each movie. I've already got a plan. This will have happened before this episode comes out, but it's winter break, vacation time. And I've got a plan to have an all-day Twilight marathon. I'm toward the end of listening to Midnight Sun audiobook. So I'm just having a sort of a middle marathon.
Well, I sort of pulled one of those because I started rewatching Gilmore Girls.
Never watched it. That was after my time.
Well, it didn't age well.
They never do.
Let me tell you. But I'm watching season 1 currently, and I'm having I'm having a middle moment because that was when I was in, I want to say middle school, early high school. So yeah, I'm having a bit of a middle time too, and I'm not even a middle.
Yeah.
All right. So therapeutic benefits of doing art is it calms anxiety, it fosters focus, and helps little stay in their little space instead of, dragging them out before they're ready. Don't do that, people. It sucks. All right, so artistic activities such as coloring, painting, crafting, they can provide a soothing, rhythmic experience, which is the part that I like about it. I actually like the repetitiveness of it. And it's true. It does help calm me down when I'm having anxiety. It reduces anxiety. That was literally the next bullet point. And promotes relaxation. They create a structured but flexible environment that encourages mindfulness, and it keeps littles engaged and grounded.
See, now I have a question about this. I don't even know if you can answer this.
Okay.
Because of this whole anxiety thing, as I said, for me, it's extra stressful because worried about making sure that I'm coloring within the lines, that the colors are correct and it's right. How does it not create that anxiety for you?
Okay. So think about it this way. Your version of this is the listing.
Right.
is creating the list. Think about what you do when you're going to a convention
Mm-hmm.
and you want to make a chart, an Excel spreadsheet. What do?
I sit down and first I write all the things down.
Mm-hmm.
Then I categorize it.
Pause. That right there is me selecting the colors that would be appropriate to go into the picture.
Right, but here's the difference. The things that I have to do are not right or wrong. They're just the things that I have to do.
And
while for me in the coloring, selecting the colors in my head are right or wrong.
And not for me.
Right, that's what that's what I'm very fascinated by, and that's what I'm thinking maybe other people might be fascinated by. So that's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay, keep going with how you do your listing.
Right? So then I might categorize them to make it even more visual for me. So like, let's say I'm putting together what clothes to pack. I've written down everything I can think of just straight off the top of my head. Now I'm categorizing, and this is for Friday night. This is what I need. This is Saturday night for what I need. This is Sunday night for clothes. Then I'm like, okay, now let's talk about toiletries. What do I need for toiletries, and have that list. Then what do I need for promoting the podcast?
Yeah.
So it helps. Again, I'm a very, very visual person, which is why I find it interesting that coloring doesn't work for me, because you would think as a very visual person it would.
Probably because it's something already created that you are marking up, that it's not yours. You didn't make it. You didn't create it. You didn't organize it. One thing I've noticed though is when you're going to a convention and you do your scene lists,
mm-hmm.
It's color coded.
Yeah.
And it's time stamped.
Yes.
And all of this other stuff. I think that's your version of it.
May very well be.
But it's you creating it.
Well, and again, I'm taking out the right and wrong. There's no right or wrong in this. It's just factual. It just is.
And for me, there is no right and wrong in coloring.
Yeah.
It's just art.
Right. Well,
it's expression.
And that's why I'm, again, that whole creative right brain, left brain thing. I'm very much not, and I never remember which is which, but I'm very much not the creative person.
And I am.
Because I very much, to me, it's like, I do very well spreadsheets. Like I was actually an accounting major for a while at school. The only reason I changed it was because I discovered I could not do this for the rest of my entire life. But I loved accounting because things were just black and white. They either added up and were correct, or they didn't add up, therefore they were wrong.
And that's the part that I hate. That's the part that I absolutely fucking loathed all my life about numbers, is that it's right and wrong. I want something that I can talk you into my answer, which is why I was an English major. As long as you can defend your answer, it's correct to me.
Yeah, no, there's a right and a wrong way. End of story. Black and white.
We know that.
I know. But this is why I'm finding this so incredibly fascinating, because my brain just does not work this way.
I want to talk to a little who's also an accountant that has both brains.
Oh, that's true. I would be very interested in that.
I need a math-oriented little. I don't know any.
I'm going to go into the chat and ask.
Okay. Yeah, please do, because I literally think...
Because wouldn't that be fascinating?
Because
if the
Loso
answer
is definitely not a math brain little. Amity is not.
But think about it. Not that anything is ever truly absolutes when it comes to kink. But we definitely see trends.
Yeah. And
I would be very curious to see if that's a trend among littles.
I can't think of a single little who isn't more the creative type. Okay, yeah, no, that would be fascinating. I'm very interested in that. All right, getting back to my bullet points here. So one of the things that you said was you like the mandalas?
Yeah.
So it's the repetitive motion and the patterns that also can serve as meditative practices, because they enhance the emotional stability and the immersive experience. So it's literally coloring the pattern that does it. And caregivers can integrate these benefits in their dynamic by setting aside designated creative time. You can offer encouragement and participate with the little in their art activities. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So for example, you could suggest, let's spend some time coloring together and help you feel calm and focused. Or why don't we try painting a picture of something that makes you feel happy? And you could literally do it together. Encouraging shared activities, it strengthens the bond. It provides a safe space for the little, and it makes the the dynamic stronger because of this. I'm dying to know what you're actually typing.
I have an important question for all the littles. Do you consider yourself left brain, analytical thinking, or right brain?
You Googled it before asking, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Because I couldn't remember which was which.
I never remember which one's which either, but I'm the forgetful one. All right. So while you're finishing that, nonverbal communication, how caregivers can interpret littles' drawings to understand emotions or needs. Now, I had to really dig deep for this research because I don't know shit about it, but I found this in a psychology thing, and it says artwork can serve as a window into the inner world, providing caregivers with nonverbal cues about their emotional state and unmet needs. For example, if it's a sunny landscape, it could reflect joy or contentment, while if you're just chaotically scribbling or using darker colors can indicate frustration, sadness, or anxiety. That is not the case with a goth little, by the way. Dark colors bring joy.
Yeah, but to me that is very creative.
What part?
A goth outlook.
Oh, yeah. No, well, that's me. I'm definitely the goth little. My God, my PJs that I wear to my parties are dragons and bats. So caregivers can ask open-ended questions about the artwork to encourage dialogue, such as, tell me about this drawing, or what story does this picture tell? And again, this fosters more communication and strengthens the dynamic and the emotional support without actually pressuring the little to articulate their feelings, which we really don't want to do sometimes. Because if I'm in grunt mode, I don't want to talk.
No, I would assume that. That's why you're grunting.
Yeah. That's the most I'll say is yeah.
That's not really a grunt.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a word, but it's like
more of a yeep.
A yeep? No, a yeep is yeep. I'm saying yeep.
That's an angry yeep.
An angry yeep? Mrs. Potato Head has their angry eyes.
Yes. All right, so far we've had 2 people respond already.
Okay.
One says when they're adult, they're analytical. But when they're little, they're creative.
Oh, a 2-brained person. Who is it?
And the other, I'm not going to name names on the podcast. It's right in the Discord server. And somebody else is definitely creative. So far we've already got 2 littles.
Yes.
That their little side is the creative brain.
I'm telling you, I don't know of any. I really want to find one now.
But I think
Can you imagine if somebody who's in little mode does like Sudoku or something instead of see, fuck it. Sudoku. How do you
Sudoku.
say it? Sudoku?
Yeah.
Sudoku.
It's not Sudoku. It's not Sudoku.
That's what I'm calling it now because that's way more fun. Sudoku.
Okay.
If I say that, you're going to know what I'm talking about.
I will, but that doesn't, because I speak Dara.
Right, but that's like, because from now on, I'm not calling it a sword. It's a sword.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, bring that back.
Sword.
That was so much fun. Oh my God, I can't even.
I think I'm just going to go every now and then, like if you start to be in a bad mood, I'm just going to go, sword. And I think that might snap you out of it.
You got to go sword. Like, rah.
Okay.
That's what you do with swords. You go, rah. And you like, on guard.
I can't say I sword very often, so I don't know the sword rules.
Well, swording is for sword fighting.
Yeah, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You got to go, rah.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, so.
Nah, I might be a bit more of a fighter.
Yeah, you are. Have you met you? Yes, sweetheart.
So what is that? I get to say I'm a fighter, not a lover?
Yes.
I will go antagonistic at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, she once tried to tell me she was passive aggressive. I said, there's nothing passive about your aggression.
No, I can be passive aggressive.
No, you think you're being passive aggressive.
To Daddy, I'm passive aggressive.
I'm telling you, it's not passive.
To you, I'm just aggressive.
I'm telling you, it's not passive.
Oh, okay. I had to drink something because of too much swording. Hurt my throating.
I'm so sorry.
Are you still monitoring the chat for little?
I'm waiting to see if anybody else responds.
Okay.
It's a weekend. It's hard to.
I know. People are kind of not as active on the weekends, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we only talk during the weekday because we're bored as fuck at work, right?
Yep.
Okay. Some littles might find verbal communication challenging in little space and how art fills that gap.
Uh-huh.
So this thing said it involves a regression to a mindset where verbal skills may not feel natural or accessible. I hate the word regression because it's not the same thing. We choose to go into little space. We can choose to come out of little space. Regression implies that it's not a choice. So I don't like this article that I got this from. I really didn't like that. But if you're like really, really immersed in your little space and you don't want to really come out of it, it's, I guess that could be considered regression sometimes. I don't know. I need a better word than that. I don't like it. But sometimes feeling like, especially if you're in a like a ball of anxiety state and you go into little space because of that, it makes speaking feel kind of overwhelming. And if you're doing your crafting or whatever kind of art you do, it lets you kind of be indirect about it, and then you don't have to talk, and it's great. Let's see. You can do doodling. You can do
doodle,
finger painting.
Doodle. Sorry.
You don't even have to actually draw real objects. You can draw like swirls or shapes or random patterns. Actually, really cool thing about that is sometimes when you're drawing like an absolute nonsense object, like let's say you're drawing something like an animal, but you do it kind of geometrically. Did you know that there are places now where you can upload the picture of whatever doodle animal or whatever it was, and it comes back as a stuffy?
No.
Yeah, that's a thing. I want to do one. I want to draw my own stuffy. Then it'll look kind of messed up, but for some people, that's okay. You would never be able to handle it.
No, I don't like messed up.
Yeah, no, sometimes they can get kind of messed up. But like if you do something like finger painting, it gives you an
That's
actual...
messy.
Yeah, but it's so tactile. It's great. Like, did you ever finger paint in the tub as a kid? That shit's a fantastic experience.
Honey, I am so old. We didn't have finger paints for the bathtub.
Really?
Back in those days. I was an adult in the 80s, bitch. You keep forgetting this.
Okay, you can also make things like gack, and you can spread it out on the table, and you can, or like Play-Doh. You can make things out of Play-Doh. That's super fun. Like I said, it doesn't have to just be coloring. There's a shit ton of other things you can do.
I mean, I'm the person who makes the friendship bracelets, and I line it all up, and it is very precise. It is like 2 of this color, 1 of this color, 2 of this color, 1 of this color. There's like, it's very analytical, my creativity.
And I'm the one sitting here, give me body paints. Oh, so like, for example, the other day, we were at Crucible, and it was glow, and our friend Freddie comes over, and he's got like not glow markers, like face paint crayons. And we like literally drew on each other. He's another little, so it counts.
Yeah.
But it was super duper fun. It's sort of coloring, but it's like on another person, and you get body paint, and you can or you could do it with wax. Wax is another way to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I wonder if that explains why some of our little friends are head over heels in love with wax right now.
Yes. I think what that is another
and you
expression.
know who I'm talking
to.
I
know exactly who you're talking about because I keep posting the pictures of it. However, in that case, if you notice, it's the little getting covered in the wax and not doing the waxing.
Yeah.
But they are becoming the art.
Right. So that is creative.
Right. So it's fun. I wonder if I'd like to ask her if she directs it or just lets it happen.
Knowing her partner, do you really think she directs it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Other activities that are not messy. You could do stickers, like sticker books. You could do stamping. You could make collages.
Okay, so sticker books.
Yeah. Oh God, here we go. Let me get a drink.
When you do the sticker books, do you just throw them in there, or do you do what I do, which is line them up in a pattern? So you've got like 5 across and 6 down, and then each row and each column has to line up perfectly.
Depends on the sticker book.
Well, let's say it's a blank sticker book, and so you just put them in however you want them.
No, I make a story with it.
Yeah, see? Again, analytical, creative.
No, I'm not making a pattern. I'm making a story. There's a huge difference.
Well, the story is my pattern. The pattern is my story.
Okay, have you ever heard of, have you ever done sand art?
I've done it with my kids.
Okay, I was super fucking into sand art in the 90s when that was a thing. I had this huge collection of these little bottles that had the different layers of sand, and you could poke a stick in it and make it drippy looking and all that. I was so fucking into that. That was my whole world for a little while. I think my parents still have them.
That's so cute.
I want to say they're packed away now, but I used to
hopefully packed well.
Yes, they are. I remember doing that before I moved out, but they're still in my parents' house. But for those, I would plan them out very carefully. That's, I think, the only time I ever did that. I was so precise with that. I remember actually doing that. That was great. That was so great. Okay, so Another thing that is actually really, really fun activities, and I've done this and it's fucking fun, is mood monsters.
I'm sorry, what?
Mood monsters.
What the hell is a mood monster?
You create a character based on your current emotion, and like you use the colors and shapes and stuff that you want, and you create like a monster out of it. He goes rawr. Sometimes has wings. Sometimes has little wings.
This entire
but he can only flap,
episode
flap, flap.
is proving to me beyond any shadow of any doubt, I am not a little.
I think
which is not a bad thing. Like if people listen to this and as they're listening, they're like, yeah, no, that's not
in
me.
every single
that's
episode,
fine.
I am going to probably little out.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Yes. To everybody else, it's a promise. To you, it's a threat.
Okay.
So caregivers can engage in this by asking about the mood monster's story. And if you give the mood monster powers, there's even more of a story. You can create a mortal enemy for the monster and just go ahead and tell the story about it. Okay, shut up. Stop looking at me.
I'm super fascinated by this because once again, you and I, opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And it is really very interesting because as somebody who reads, like I read, I mean, I am for 2024, I was over 360 books. To create these stories in my head, I don't do so good. Like as a parent with my own kids, I would tell stories, but the stories I would tell were already well-established stories. I would never like invent stories. My brain just doesn't work in that
and
way.
Then there's the writer in me, which is coming up with different stories so constantly they're almost ridiculous. Very different brains. You can do like a stuffy thing where you actually draw your favorite stuffy doing something fun.
I can't even come up with
story.
creative names for my stuffies.
Every single one of my stuffies has a name and they're all on theme.
No, my stuffies names are like Pinky, Brownie.
Oh
It's
God.
like it's bad.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I didn't start doing that until I was later, like older, because my very first stuffy is named Panda.
Okay.
And he's still named Panda. And by the way, he's supposed to be a mommy panda because he came with a baby panda, which was really inaccurate because it was just an adult looking panda, but in miniature. And they really fucked up on that because that's not what baby pandas look like. But it was supposed to be a mommy panda. And I decided it was a boy.
Is it any different than my Barry Potter?
No.
assigned male at birth,
Non-binary.
Non-binary teddy bear.
Non-binary.
No, that's not how she named it, but that would be cute.
Yeah.
Non-binary teddy bear.
Non-binary.
Yeah. I can barely remember the whole name. You want me to switch non-binary to non-binary?
Yeah, but
I can't even say it.
It works better because it's a bear.
Well, I didn't name Barry, so I'll have to ask the namer.
Another thing you can do is creating comfort objects. Like you can go to Build-A-Bear and you can create your own stuffy. You can make sensory bottles or you can make a blanket. So like crocheting or knitting. What's the other one? What's the one where you like tie knots in it and it comes out to being a blanket? I don't remember what that one is.
I don't know.
I don't remember what that's called. But that's creating something more useful. You can do using old socks and make stuffies out of them.
Sock puppets.
You can do color by number apps, which is what I use. I love them.
See, I might be able to do a color by number app because it's an app, so it stays in the lines.
But it's almost like a puzzle for me.
I love puzzles.
Yeah. So this is, I don't actually like actual puzzles, but the color by number ones I love. I love
puzzles, and I have I have an online puzzle website that I use. But again, because I'm a creative, I am competitive freak.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm not in first place in the puzzle, I will redo the puzzle 4 and 5, 6 times until I'm in first place.
Holy shit. No, that's insane.
To see if I can do better next time.
Do you compete with yourself or other people?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so something else that's like really gaining popularity is gem painting. You've ever tried that?
I don't even know what it is. So probably haven't tried it.
It's basically, it's a color by number.
Yeah.
But you're using gemstones. So like there's an applicator, you pick up the gem and you glue it onto the actual like fabric that it comes with, but it's a specific spot. You're looking it up now, aren't you?
No. I was going to do a puzzle.
No, look it up. Look up gem painting.
I can picture it.
It's color by number, but with little tiny gemstones. I feel like that would be perfect for you.
Okay.
I should get you one of those.
Yeah, don't.
No?
No.
I still feel like you would do it. Make it all pink.
Well, yeah, of course it would be
Pink
pink.
gemstone color by number. Hello. That's so you. That's so you. It is essential to make sure that the activities you choose for a little are something that excites and engages them. Not every little will have the same interests, so it's important to understand their preferences. If you get me a gem painting thing, I'm going to be like, no, that's too much. That will frustrate the fuck out of me. No, thank you. You can do arts and crafts. You could do baking. You can read stories. You can make stories. There's lots of websites where you can upload a story and it'll print out it'll like make a book for you. You can select activities that align with passions, and this makes sure that they feel seen and heard and valued. You know, kind of what we're going for here.
That would be good.
When the little is actively involved in something they love, it creates the atmosphere of joy, fulfillment. It fosters a deeper connection with the caregiver, things I've repeated several times already, but I will continue to do so. And it shows that the caregiver is actually taking the time to listen to their little's desires and needs. And it is a way to integrate them into play or everyday activities. Active participation by the caregiver is probably the number one thing that the little wants more than just creating. It's the interaction with the caregiver that they want. Except if I'm feeling like I just want to be by myself and I want Daddy J to go away and then I just want to do something by myself. And that is how he can engage and support me, by leaving me alone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So remember how I talked about things that you can actually make? Well, you can actually make like little keepsake boxes for them too. And you can do those together. So you can make like a shoebox and you can paint it. Or you can knit a scarf for somebody and then they wear it all the time. Or a mug or something. Or even go to one of those little pottery places that you can paint pottery and then you can keep it and you can have it forever. And it's really, really nice.
Aww.
It's like a symbolic bond. Anyway, so they're like actual tangible connection points. Like you can look at it and be like, oh, I remember when we did that. It's like we did that together. It's great. Now I want to go to a pottery place with Daddy J and do that. So really, that's pretty much it. In conclusion,
I am not a little.
Definitely not.
Oh, by the way, since we've been talking about it, I did take a poll.
Okay.
And right now we have 6 votes
for
the left brain versus right brain for our littles. And right now the 2-to-1 right brains.
Nice.
So 67% voted that they're right brain, 33% voted that they're left brain, but we do have some people who say they're kind of both, but it's more analytical when they're in their adult side and creative when they're on the little side.
Was that an
which
option?
Makes sense. No, but it's people are also commenting. They're not just voting. They're commenting.
Is it only the littles that are voting?
I don't know who voted, but the people who commented are all the littles.
Okay, awesome. I'll take a look at that when we're done. That's I really, really, really want to find somebody who's analytical in little space and see what their activity is. I'm absolutely dying to know.
See, and I'm guessing even if they're quote unquote analytical in little space, it's a very creative type of analytical. Like it's not.
What does that mean?
I'm going to tell you. It's not like they're like me with my spreadsheets. They're more analytical in the sense of, okay, so I have this doll and this doll. And this doll wears all these clothes. So I'm going to line up all the clothes for this doll over here. And I'm going to line up all the clothes that this doll wears. And they cannot wear each other's clothes. They're separate.
Okay.
Because this doll can only wear these clothes. And this doll can only wear these clothes because she's this type of character and she's this type of character. And they can't mix their characters.
So like princess and goth dolls.
Yes.
So you and me.
Right. So the goth dolls cannot wear the princess stuff because that does not go with who they are. While the princess cannot wear the goth stuff because it does not go with who they are. And like, so I'm picturing like that level of analytical.
Rara.
Yo.
Are we Glinda and Elphaba?
Oh my God. Can I be Elphaba, please?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're Glinda.
I know, but I wanted to be mean.
No.
Okay.
Clearly, I'm Elphaba.
I know. Oh my God. We should do that, that TikTok song thing.
What? Which one?
The one where I'm Glenda. I'm Elphaba.
Oh God.
But I need to have it written down because I won't remember what But it's okay because we can't show your face anyway.
Wear green mask?
Ooh.
Maybe? Or green hair at least, right? Okay. I don't have any green hair. I have teal hair.
That'll work.
Okay. We'll wear that. I look like
I do have pink hair.
Elphaba mermaid.
I do have pink hair.
All right. So
Sorry, I got distracted again.
in conclusion,
Okay.
art fosters emotional expression, creativity, and bonding in little space. Fun activities like mood monsters, which is my favorite right now, and crafting, create, and strengthen communication and trust. Caregivers, you need to take an active role in this. You are key in encouraging the participation in creative expression. You are key in getting the emotions out when they're frustrated and don't want to talk or maybe are too afraid to talk. You have to really step up and get into this. And you want the bond. It's just trust me, we want that bond too. Art is, this is the part that Rara is going to have like an absolute conniption about.
I'm ready.
Art is the process, not the perfection.
Yeah, nope. That's why I can't do it.
That's your next poll.
That's why I listen, I am very well aware that the process and the journey is what you're supposed to focus on. I'm not very good at it.
I know, which is why you're not.
I am not very good at the journey. I am very good at the end destination.
So you want to hear something super cute? Like speaking of sticker books, and the creativity of this one. One of our friends, Emmy, wanted to. Well, she was going on a trip. She was going to France and she was going to Italy, and her daddy wasn't coming with her. So she made an itinerary with a calendar and stickers, and that's what she gave him.
See, now I would very much make an itinerary with artwork. It would be very much, and if the stickers would have to match.
Yes.
Perfectly.
Okay. I don't know what she did. I think she just got a bunch of sticker books of different places that she was going. Like, you can get Paris themed stickers.
I used to scrapbook. It was one of my many hobbies of the olden days.
I'm pretty sure she did something like that, except just on a calendar for her trip.
Yeah.
And she says that apparently he could understand every bit of it.
Yeah.
So that right there, I thought was one of the cutest ways of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, if you are one of those littles that uses art as your expression, I would love to hear how you do it. Like, what is your preferred art? Crafting? Do you smear chocolate sauce on your caregiver and write words in it?
Oh, I do that with blood. Does that count? Sorry.
Why are you ruining my beautiful little space episode?
Because I'm trying to learn. So I was asking what I thought was a pertinent question. Blood, chocolate sauce, they're similar.
You did technically make a painting out of the blood.
In the olden days, chocolate sauce is what they used in movies. So I thought that was a related question.
Okay. I'm going to do the smile and nod thing again.
Probably a good idea.
Except this is me smiling right now.
I'm getting the finger through subtitles.
They're not very subtitly right now.
Again, the passive aggression is not very passive.
I'm just going to throw this at you.
Okay.
Here, hang on.
I'm just warming up for our next episode, so I'm getting in that mindset.
Well, it was perfect because now I get to sit here and shut up.
Anything else you need to add?
Nope.
Okay. So anyway, this is, as Dara had mentioned at the beginning of this episode, this is going to be a new mini series where throughout 2025 we're going to have different episodes that are geared specifically for little space. Because while I do not identify as a little, I do identify within that genre because I do identify as a middle. And I have seen the misunderstandings and the misconceptions and the myths that are involved in the space. And I am up there with Dara on her bandwagon, her soapbox, whatever, to kind of clear this up. Because for a bunch of people who pride themselves on your kink is not my kink, and that's okay, they do seem to have a whole lot of issues with this particular kink. And we are on a 2-woman mission to fix that.
Because it's right. We are right.
We are right. Thank you. There's a wrong way and there's our way. So just pick which side you want to be on. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a minute of our fun and educational content. New episodes drop every Friday.
If you love what we do and want to help us keep creating, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast. You can also support our affiliates to benefit small businesses and us at the same time.
No extra cash? No problem. You can still help by spreading the word about your favorite kinky podcast. Share us with your friends, and don't forget to rate and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Those 5-star reviews mean the world to us. And those 5-star reviews go a long way in boosting our podcast through the algorithm and reaching more listeners.
Sign up for our Pink Kink Institute classes. Shop at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique. Stay connected with us on social media. You'll find all the links on our link tree posted in the show notes.
Your support means the world to us. So until next time, stay pink
and level up your kink knowledge.